You might be feeling FOMO when you're watching TikTok right now because everyone's at Coachella, so let me tell you some crazy facts about Coachella and tell you why I did not go. The only time I've been to Coachella was 2022 when I was invited by a brand, and ever since I did not go. Actually in 2022, Justin Bieber also performed as like a special guest, so I did see him perform live. So that is maybe the only thing that I feel FOMO about. But when every influencer is posting about it on social media, it does feel like you're missing out, and you shouldn't. First of all, Coachella is so expensive. I've made a video about this before. I think when you buy like normal tickets, it starts at $500, or it used to a few years ago. Maybe it got more expensive. When you go to a festival like that, you don't just buy the ticket. You have to book like travel, your flights, your accommodation. Even if you spend thousands of euros, it's still not on like a luxury level. Like you have to think of, if you go on a holiday and you spend thousands of euros, you know you'll be getting a really nice trip. With Coachella, it's not like that because everything's so overpriced. Even if you pay thousands of euros, you're not even gonna get a nice hotel, which is crazy. Going to a festival, I've actually never done a festival before except for Coachella, so I don't know what festivals are like, but I know that festivals are not for me. I'm not all about camping, to be honest. I'm not about all the waiting. I also feel like it's such a social event, and I like social events, but I do need to like recharge after, and you have zero time to recharge because you're always surrounded by people, which is exciting for some but not for me. And let's say your social battery is drained, you want to go home, great. Getting an Uber can cost you up to like $600. I remember Uber drivers, like we had drivers because we were invited by this event, which is a super privileged position to be in. But if you want to go home, and then also the hours of driving because of traffic, the food lines, the toilet lines gets crazy long. And I don't want to complain about my position because the way I did do Coachella was, again, very privileged. Like I did not really have to wait for anything, for Ubers or nothing, because it was all organized, and that's the only way I would do it. I feel like if you're a really big fan of an artist and you really want to see them perform live, it is maybe worth it. But even then, I feel like going to a concert is probably more fun unless you're doing it with a bunch of, I feel like it gets glamorized a lot online. If I got invited by a brand, yes, honestly, like I'm not gonna lie about it. For me, it's a great content opportunity, but it's also not like I'm gonna have a bunch of fun when I go. I feel like I wasn't really able to enjoy it last time so much because I was so focused on creating content because everyone's doing content. For me, it was like work the whole time. Like, okay, I need to focus on getting this and this and this amount of content. Even getting things like drinks, like you can expect to wait in line for, and even if you get drinks, the drinks I remember were so bad, and they were like what, $70 for like 2 drinks. If I'm being realistic, if I had a bunch of cash to just spend and blow, maybe I would do it with a bunch of my friends just to have a good time. I feel like I'd rather go to Tokyo with that money and book myself a really nice hotel and like have a nice spa holiday and go shopping with my friends, you know? I feel like it's very overhyped and quite expensive for what it is. I'm sure it can be a great experience, but if you're sitting at home and you feel major FOMO because you're not going to the festival that everyone's going to, not everybody is there, it just seems like it because you're watching so much content and it's all over your For You page. Don't feel bad about like the FOMO or like you're missing out on something crazy, because to be honest, it's not all that. I feel like I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos and like in general videos about influencers going when I was younger, and I went with such high expectations and I got super disappointed. But I guess it also depends on what you really like and enjoy in private time as well. If you are a festival person, I hope this video made you feel better in case you're feeling major FOMO. Love you, bye.